So as the Youth Mentoring Action Network, one of the reasons why we wanted this to happen, why we partnered with iDream Society and the musicians in the community to make this happen, is so that young people who are already engaged in music actively, hip-hop, punk, whatever it is that you're playing, so that you understand that there's a science, technology, engineering, and math behind that. And I'm going to be really explicit in this room that don't let someone tell you that you're not a scientist because you're a hip-hop artist. And don't let somebody tell you that you're not an engineer because you like punk. Your musical culture is as scientific, as mathematical, as engineer-based, as anything else, as anyone else in a suit and a tie and a lab coat. So this session, this 5-week session is meant to help you guys make sense of how your musical culture is actually something that can make you money and that can make sure that you have a viable career in the future.
The Digital Dreamers Academy is where young minds are introduced to the making of music and sound. With Logic and iMovie taught by Apple experts. The 5-session workshop also brought in working experts to share insight into what they do in the music, film, and television industries.
I just think in life in general, as you get older and you really start to live life, probably get past like 25, you're gonna understand that every obstacle or thing that you thought you were sitting in from a problem or just life perspective, you went through that to get to where you're gonna be at.
Look at all of this stuff as a vehicle. The most important thing in that moment is to just let the feeling that you have in you fully come out as much as possible.
And most music is repetitive. Hip-hop in general is repetitive. Pop music in general is repetitive. Country music in general is repetitive. Those sections stay the same a lot of the time. So if you have a very good foundation of just creating 4 measure segments in a song, it becomes very easy to construct something because now you just have 4 pieces that you need to put together in some way, shape, or form.
So as a producer, I know that when I describe it as a texture. I want a texture to the song, and like you add that through like frequencies and certain things that you put into the song to give it a texture. But I'm gonna ask, like, how did you do that with that song? Because it clearly has that texture, it clearly has that vibe. How do you go from the brain to the paper to the production of it and then to the video and just still carry the vision throughout the whole time, because it's hard to do?
I think it's important, like in the creative process, to trust your instinct. You might fail, you might, it might mess up, but at the end of the day, just trust your heart and trust your instincts. Because everything is not for everybody, and everybody takes a different path.
You need to have that musical background so you can build on what you like personally, because it's all in your head, right? You guys know what you want to hear.
I was in there and Steve Harvey was in there. He looked at me and was like, "What you doing up right now, young man?" And I'm looking at him like, "Man, what you doing up?" Like, I didn't know no one was in this building. And he was like, "Look, the people that make it are the ones that are awake, doing while everybody is sleeping." And that stuck with me from that moment.
To sum it up, like, it's all just been a huge learning curve and a beautiful journey. And that's not over. It's just beginning. But you just kind of got to take it one day at a time, and just always remember to just create as much as you can. Create, make things. Like when you have that, when you have something to show someone, that's what's gonna open doors for you.
Along the process, they created social media content for Polly, Adam Levine's artist who has a soon-to-be-released album on Interscope Records. The music students performed with her for a jam session that no one in the room will forget. We believe in our young people's dreams.
Peace.